everybody, this is SaberX coming to you live with a brand new video review for the Beasts of the Mesozoic Ceratopsians series by Creative Beast Studio and David Silva. And today we are going to be looking at the Wave 3 1/18th scale Utahceratops gettyi. So here we are, there it is, and before we take a look at this figure, let's take a look at the packaging for it, shall we? Yes. So here we have the awesome packaging for Utahceratops gettyi with some absolutely brilliant artwork by Shannon Beaumont, one of the many artists who contributed to the Ceratopsians series. Inside you also have your background diorama, and of course on the back you get this wonderful information about the actual animal. Oh, and of course your obligatory Wave 3 product shots, which if I take this off, you can see right here. Yeah, so those are the Wave 3s. Now, of course, inside the box, along with the figure itself, we also get this very cool card featuring Shannon Beaumont's artwork yet again, plus, of course, a shot of the figure on the back, as well as, of course, the ever-important Ceratopsian tail assembly instructions. Now, you really are going to want to pay very close attention to these, because without them, you are not going to assemble the tail for the Ceratopsians on correctly, and you could possibly risk breaking your figure. So, the best way to do that is to either heat it in warm water or blow on it with a hairdryer on high for like 2-3 minutes. I personally recommend the hairdryer more than the hot water, because the hairdryer is, it works more often, if not 100% of the time. So, moving on to the figure itself. Yeah, here we have Utahceratops. And before we go any further into reviewing this figure, I just want to say this figure is unique because he gave me quite the runaround. I actually lost this figure in the mail on the way to me, because apparently they sent it to a similar address that resembled mine, but the numbers were in the wrong place. I don't blame the mail system for that. It does happen on occasion, so it took me about 3 extra days to find out where my Utahceratops had gone and track him down. And when I did, I was extremely pleased that I got him to me. So, moving on to this figure itself. Yeah. You've got this amazing color scheme for the Utahceratops. This is actually based off one of my favorite species of lizard, the Gila monster. The Gila monster is one of the world's only venomous lizards to live in the United States. Yeah, it's not one of the world's only venomous lizards, but it is one of the only venomous lizards in the United States, and for that reason it is one of my favorites. They are also a very cool lizard that, yeah, they need our protection, and yeah, they're just an amazing animal that, there's really no describing how awesome a Gila monster is, honestly. And the fact that David Silva chose this color scheme for Utahceratops makes the figure even more awesome. And honestly, I could see Utahceratops in real life having a color scheme just like this. Not because it's venomous, because why would a Ceratopsian need venom? It's got horns to defend itself with. But honestly, for species recognition, this would be an amazing color scheme for a Ceratopsian. And yeah, if you had an animal that could show off, yeah, this would be it. I could see this being a male of the species, or possibly a female. And yeah, the red color would be a warning to predators and an attractant to members of the same species. So, yeah, red means danger. Don't come near it, because it's going to charge you and gore you with its horns. But, yeah, I just absolutely love the color scheme. I mean, look at this frill. He looks like he's got eye spots. And he also kind of looks like he's also got markings similar to Darth Maul. Yeah. So, kind of looks a little like a Star Wars, like something out of Star Wars. Also something out of natural environment. But, yeah, it really, really works for this figure. I mean, look at this amazing color on the belly, too. I love how the paint color fades into the yellow and into the cream of the belly. I love how stark the black is. Just fantastic. It absolutely is fantastic. I mean, really. Honest to goodness. But, yeah. Articulation-wise, this figure has like 20 different points of articulation. And his mouth can move, like so. It can open about this wide. It can snap shut like that. Now, inside, it's hard to see that, but the tongue can move. It's on a ball joint. The head can move right, can move left, can move up, can move down, about that much. Not the most downward facing head you can get with a Ceratopsian, but he's absolutely gorgeous nevertheless. The arms can swivel a full 360 at the shoulder. They can also come out like this, go in like that. So he's got nice motion in his shoulders. The elbows bend about, I would say, almost 90 degrees of the elbow, and they can bend about that far down. So not quite straight, but honestly, an animal's not going to hold its legs completely straight when it's handling when it's walking or standing or anything like that. The wrists also move, and they've got some nice swivel because they are on a ball joint. And so you get backward motion, forward motion, side to side. Now the legs also move, and they are kind of stiff. Yeah, for the hind legs. But he can bend his knees back about that far. You can straighten them out about that far. The ankles also move about that far forward, about this far back. And of course you get swivel in the feet. So yeah, he's absolutely fantastic in regards to that. Now at the hip, you also get, of course, 360 degrees movement, though I don't recommend it because of clearing issues. You get downward movement in the torso. It's kind of tight, so I may have to go back and heat that with a hairdryer. But he also goes up like so. Oh dear. And he pops out very easily, but he pops back together. So, yeah. Got some soft joints in there, so I gotta be very careful when moving his torso. Of course, we also get upward movement in the tail, downward movement, and of course, right and left. So, very nice figure. Yeah, but yeah, definitely one of my favorites in the lineup so far. Now, in regards to facts about this particular dinosaur, Utahceratops is actually from the Kaipairowits formation in Utah. It is one of the larger ceratopsians from the formation, and it is an amazing creature. We actually have two good specimens, a juvenile and an adult from this, both of which are known from skulls mainly. And skulls seem to be the thing on ceratopsians that fossilized the best, honestly, which is no surprise considering how robust their heads and frills are. But But, yeah. This dinosaur would have lived alongside two other ceratopsians in the formation as well, which are the Utahceratops and Cosmoceratops. And, yeah, its main predators would have been tyrannosaurs like Ceratophonius, which was also native to the area. Now, the Kaipairowits formation is also very unique in regards to its dinosaur fauna because there is so much new stuff there being discovered that is unique in the fossil record. It's believed that these dinosaurs were subject to what is known as provincialism. So, the southern half of Western North America hosted basically a very different type of fauna than in the north. They would have shared some animals, but completely different genre of dinosaurs within the same families. So, in the north you would have things like Styracosaurus and Albertosaurus and Edmontosaurus, while in the south you would have animals like Utahceratops and Cosmoceratops, and then Ceratophonius and Parasaurolophus. Just an entirely different array of creatures. But, yeah, just an absolutely amazing animal, and I really hope we find more specimens of this. We also know from some new cladistic analysis, that is to say, figuring out where this dinosaur belonged on the family tree of horned dinosaurs, the Ceratopsians, that it was most likely the ancestor of Pentaceratops. Now, I also have Pentaceratops here with me, because I reviewed him previously, but I'm going to show you just how similar they are, and yeah, you can see they are very, very closely related, and if you look at their frills, you can see they are extremely closely related. It's probably likely that Utahceratops gave rise to Pentaceratops, and then from there it evolved into, Pentaceratops evolved into Navajoceratops, then Terminocavis, then an unnamed form that has not yet been fully described yet, and then finally into Anchiceratops. So, very, very different, and almost complete line that may, have given rise to an animal that started out on the inland habitats and then made its way outward toward a more coastal habitat. So, very, very interesting in that regard. Now, in addition, I also have Cosmoceratops, which is contemporary with Utahceratops, and they were both described in the same year. So you can actually see just how big they are compared to each other. These are both 1/18th scale figures, so these are actually to scale with each other in regards to size. So you can see Utahceratops is a very big animal. I mean, it's huge. And comparing it with Nasutoceratops as well, I mean, look at that. It is just enormous compared to its contemporaries within the Kaipairowits formation. I mean, all those different Ceratopsians, they obviously had different preferences in habitat and food if they were all living there as well. I mean, 3 Ceratopsians in one place like that, they really needed to niche partition and feed on different things in order to properly coexist without really fighting. But anyway, size-wise, this is one of the larger figures. It is, also one of the more expensive ones as well. But lengthwise, if I straighten out his tail, he is approximately 14 inches, maybe even a little more at the tip of the beak. It's a little hard to tell, but I would say about 14 inches even. Height-wise, just kind of sitting here like this, he is just about 8 inches tall, maybe a little shorter than that if you, yeah, actually it's more like 7 3/4 inches tall at the top of the frill if his head is not raised. But yeah, big figure, and honestly, yeah, very, very cool. Price-wise, he is one of the more expensive ones. He was about, I would say about $99, not including tax. With tax, he is about $114. So, a little more expensive, but well worth the price, because honestly, this is such an amazing figure. If you want a unique Ceratopsian that really stands out, this is the one for you. I mean, honestly, he is absolutely one of the more unique horned dinosaurs out there, and I can't recommend him enough. He's great. And yeah, just an absolutely magnificent animal that you can have in your collection. And if you can save up for him, or if you can afford for him, yeah, definitely get this figure. I really can't recommend this figure enough. It is one of my favorites for Wave 3. Definitely one of my top Wave 3 favorites. And yeah, best place to get them is places like Big Bad Toy Store, and of course the main place where you can find them, creativebeast.com. And of course that's the best place to find them, because you can earn points on Creative Beast so that you can actually save a little on these figures as well. Oh, so yeah, this is SaberX signing off, saying you're never too old to play with toys. Be a toy nerd, be proud of it. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you want to see more content from me. Thank you, and have a good day. Bye-bye.